Victor Adetiba with ScrumLife.com, back with our book club. This episode is sponsored by Mansa Tech Training Academy. Link in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Today we're reading another excerpt from the book, 97 Things Every Scrum Practitioner Should Know, Collective Wisdom from the Experts, edited by Gunther Varen. Starting on page 4, Mindset Matters Much More Than Practices, by Gil Broza. Do your daily scrums feel like status meetings? Do managers and stakeholders treat the product backlogs as a project plan? Does the Scrum Master mostly manage tasks and ensure process compliance? If you've answered yes to these questions, let me take a guess at other symptoms of your Scrum. Team retrospectives don't yield much improvement. Members collaborate little, and there is no shared, solid definition of done. If yours is a software development team, their automated test coverage is low. They refactor code superficially and rarely, and deploying to production involves a lot of planning and caution. While you seem to be following the practices, you're probably not experiencing much agility. How can that be? To understand the situation, we need to know why Scrum teams use particular practices, meetings, roles, and artifacts. Let's see first what principles are at play when those tactics are used effectively. Consider the daily Scrum. It's most effective from an Agile standpoint when team members collaborate and self-organize in order to get to done on work that matters. They feel psychologically safe to be transparent and to participate fully and honestly. Product backlog is the ordered master list of potentially valuable work. When used as such, the simple artifact focuses the team's work on meaningful outcomes. They can easily ascertain that they are being effective and defer any or many work item related decisions, such as details, splitting, and acceptance tests, to the last responsible moment. The Scrum Master is a servant leader who helps the team grow into a solid, agile team. They achieve this purpose by creating an environment of safety, trust, and respect, and by fostering communication, collaboration, and transparency. Scrum implements the above-mentioned principles and a few others because they support the 4 Agile values: adaptation, frequent value delivery, customer collaboration, and putting people first. People embrace these values, optimize for them, or have them guide everything they do when they believe that's how they'll reach their objectives. Values and principles, along with beliefs, are the 3 elements of mindset. When an organization adopts Scrum, it already has some mindset in place. While organizations have different starting points, their mindsets bear some similarity, which we might characterize as traditional. Their values tend to include: get deliverables right the first time, commit early, deliver on time and on budget, and follow standards. They act on those values with such principles as plan the work and work the plan, limit the change, and require sign-offs. They determine work centrally, have resources or people hand off work to one another, and maximize their utilization. Pre-Scrum, they implemented these principles with such tactics as project plans, percent complete, frequent status meetings, and code freezes. What happens when such an organization replaces its existing tactics with Scrum tactics without changing its mindset to the one that gave rise to them? Plan the work, limit change, and maximize utilization make the daily Scrum a status meeting that ensures that everyone's loaded. Determining work centrally makes it a series of one-on-one exchanges with the Scrum Master. And since safety and transparency don't magically appear as a result of teams standing up daily, people will give lengthy accounts of busyness in answer to "what have I done since yesterday?" and be reluctant to answer "what's in my way?" with "I'm stuck and need help." Similarly, an organization's mindset will color its use of any Scrum practice, role, meeting, and artifact. The further that mindset is from the agile one that underlies Scrum, the more it waters down the Scrum tactics, leaves team members confused and disenchanted, and reduces actual agility. To achieve real agility, take on the mindset it matters much more than practices. I agree. The time that I spent with Scrum teams, I've seen teams that are doing the ceremonies or doing the thing, but they don't necessarily have the mindset. They aren't necessarily embodying those values and principles as it relates to being agile. And so it's very dogmatic in its approach, right? A lot of folks call it zombie Scrum. And so what we want to get teams away from is doing zombie Scrum and to actually embodying Scrum and really understanding what it means. So using the daily Scrum instead of as an opportunity to explain why you've been busy or brag about how busy you have been, instead use it as an opportunity to discuss the progress that you've actually made towards the sprint goal, towards the commitment that the team has made. Use it as an opportunity to find ways to collaborate with your team members and work that they're doing that you may be interested in. Work that you may be able to swarm on, pair with, or mob on. Use it as an opportunity to teach, right? So often we have teams that are not cross-functional, where maybe only one member of a team has a specific skill set that nobody else knows how to do. And the same can be said about the other team members. But the Daily Scrum is an opportunity to hear about what your team is working on and say, hey, can I help you with that? Do you need support? Is there a way that I could tap in with you and we could collaborate on the work that you're doing? So I encourage teams to not just go through the actions, but actually change the way they think, change the way they believe. And even more important than the teams, it's important that leadership embraces that change as well. Well, did you enjoy today's episode? Leave me a comment letting us know what you think. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode. Peace.